Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper here with
Amber Howell.
And this is Tell All Tuesday.
It is.
And time for celebration.
I saw a movie.
Doo-doo.
Everybody, tell me congrats.
What was the name of it?
We Live in Time.
That's the worst title for a movie
It
I've
is.
ever seen.
It does not roll off the tongue. It does not remember.
Every
very
time I
easily.
think, I was thinking, before you came, I thought, we'll have a movie to talk about, the movie, and I had to look it up and see what the title was.
It's hard to remember. Now, to remind everybody, what did you score this movie?
6.
6 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty deserving.
And I got a 6 out of 10.
What?
Andrew Garfield.
You thought he did
I
well?
thought he was fantastic.
Yeah.
He had so much pain in his face
He did.
all during this movie.
Let's talk about his pain really quick.
All right, look, if you haven't seen the movie, we're going to be talking spoilers, so gosh,
Turn the
come back
video
after
off.
you see it, but
Yeah.
stop for now because we're going to be talking about the whole thing.
Yes. Spoiler alert.
Let me say this, begin.
All right.
You sent me a text,
I did.
and you said, hey, saw a movie, We Live in Time, cried from the beginning to the end.
I did.
I did not shed one tear.
And why are we so different when it comes to
I
movies?
don't know, but it did not affect me emotionally. He did. He was just open pain.
Yeah.
I did not like her.
Well,
I did not.
here's the thing. I think
I didn't like her character. I shouldn't say I don't like her. Didn't like her character.
she was mean. She was harsh.
Thank you.
I thought she was harsh. And
he was just an open wound.
right. Yeah, because he started with a divorce.
Yep.
And then he meets this woman who gets terminally ill.
Yep.
And she's mean to him sometimes. I remember this specific moment in the movie where I felt so, well, there were two moments I felt so bad for him, more than other times that I felt bad for him. It was when he had asked her if she would ever be interested in having children. And she lost her mind at that question.
Yes.
And I thought it was appropriate of him to ask that question because he didn't want to get too involved at their...
Because he did want children.
He did want children.
He wanted children.
And he didn't want to fall in love with her and get all these big dreams for the future if they were not on the same page. And I thought that was
Let me tell
appropriate.
you, Terry has told me, my wife, she said, if you hadn't wanted children, we'd never married.
Yeah. It's a big deal. It's a deal breaker.
She did. She said that. She said, when you said you wanted children, she said that was fine.
Yeah.
She said, but if you said, no, I don't really ever want to have children, she said, that would have been it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big deal for people. So I thought that conversation was appropriate.
Yeah.
And then the other time that I felt bad for him, like super, super bad, was when she told him that she had a big competition on the day of their wedding. And he was devastated. Mm-hmm. And because she didn't tell him that she was working towards this competition.
She was a chef.
She was a chef, that's right. And he was so upset with her because she was training and it was putting stress on her body. And she didn't tell him or her doctors that she was doing this training. And he was upset because of all of that, that she was putting stress on her body. And he was upset that the competition fell on their wedding day. That he worked so hard on these invitations.
And getting everything he thought that would please her.
Yes.
I didn't. So how did you get into the emotion
Well,
of
I
it?
cried at those two parts, first of all. And then I cried because he was so devastated that she was sick and it was incurable. And then I cried for the daughter. I cried about the eggs.
One thing they did not do, though, they never showed the death impacting the daughter.
They didn't show that, and I was okay with that.
I was glad it was that. And I thought Walker, the intern, and I were communicating back and forth, and Walker said, I don't think they wanted to make it that emotional. They wanted to tell the story, but they didn't do the heart-tugging things.
Right, like they didn't show the funeral, they didn't show her dying or anything.
No.
Which I was fine
She
with.
just waved.
She waved, and I knew right before, like when that scene started, I knew that was going to be it. I knew that was going to be the last thing that we saw, because you see the dad and the daughter on one side of the ice rink, and you see her on the other side of the
It
ice
was like
rink.
they'd already separated.
Right. It was very symbolic. And I bawled, Jackie. I bawled at that part, and then I bawled even more when the little girl was cracking the eggs in the kitchen.
Because the eggs was a big thing.
The eggs were a big thing. So I agree with you. I think the movie was about a 6 out of 10.
But Andrew Garfield was, I would love to see him get some recognition for his performance.
He
because
did great.
he just, and it was like in his eyes.
Yeah. So much pain.
Yes, I mean, you could just look at him, and in his eyes was all this pain and
Yeah.
suffering that he didn't verbalize as much as he just conveyed through his face.
Yeah. And I thought Florence Pugh did a great job. She was mean, but she's a good actress.
I will tell you another thing. Okay, let's scratch birthing scene off our list. We have seen a birthing scene that's scarred me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. In the gas station bathroom.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So.
Yeah. That was something.
Yes. Yes. But
oh, I remember what the other thing I cried about. When they were trying to get pregnant and it kept failing and failing and failing. They had to do all the things to get pregnant. And then when she was finally pregnant, they were so happy. And I just I cried so hard. I don't know.
You know what? The one thing that affected me emotionally?
What?
Is when she opened the door and the sous chef had shaved her head.
Oh, yeah.
That, to me, was just a beautiful little added touch.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that
was...
Oh, it was also just so sad. The whole movie was sad.
But for whatever reason, that movie did not, with audiences, like it should have.
Yeah. I
mean, Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield, they're two of the biggest and best actors around these days. I mean,
they didn't do much promotion.
No.
Which is where they failed.
Yeah. But I don't think it I think there were people like Mia Walker who said, where was all the emotion we needed? And I don't think word of mouth on it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, would you tell somebody, oh, you got to go see?
No, because I got out of the movie and I texted my mom immediately and I said, don't go see that movie. It's too sad. Too sad.
See? That's what everybody did.
They said, don't go see it.
No. You were texting your mother saying, don't go see that movie, it's too sad. And I'm texting Walker and saying, well, wasn't it sadder than that?
Me and Jackie we hardly ever agree on movies and how it makes us feel. So
but
take this with a grain of salt.
I do want you to go see Heretic.
I know. I will have to do that now that you have
all right, Carmen, I'm leaving it on you.
Yeah, Carmen's my movie going pal. We go together. Me and my good friend.
There isn't a movie that comes out that Cody says, gee, I'd like to see that.
Not really. I'll tell him, like, you might like this movie, and he'll go with me. I mean, if I ask him, he'll go.
Oh, I know.
But
I mean, is there anything like that
he's excited about?
Yeah.
No. He's excited about Auburn football and Auburn basketball. That's about it.
Good for you, Cody.
That's his interest.
Maybe if they make a movie about that.
Maybe I'll go see it.
I was going to ask you this because in your singing days, which you don't much of.
I sing in the car.
Do you?
Yeah.
Sing right along with them? But you used to sing out in public.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Because I remember Steve told me, our friend Steve, said, you need to come, Amber's going to be singing such and such places, and you need to come hear her.
He said that recently?
No, this was a while back.
Oh, a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, you were singing at Matt Dixon's place.
Elko Music Festival, yeah. That's right.
Yes.
I did sing at a music festival.
Elko Music Festival.
I headlined. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. I was the opener. I did okay. I thought I did pretty decent. Have you seen me? Have you heard me singing before?
No. I heard you. But Steve, he looked up and found something for me to listen to you sing.
At the festival?
I think it was.
I'll find something else for you.
Send it to me.
Okay.
But I hate to tell you, but you're aging on up in the American Idol competition.
I know. My time has come and
gone. You got maybe, 3 more good years?
I thought it was the age. Is it not 27, the age cutoff?
I thought 29.
Is it 29?
I think 29.
Okay, I'm only 26.
Yes,
so.
you got 3 more years.
That's some time.
You can rehearse.
Yeah, I'll practice.
But do you miss it?
I think...
You just don't have time.
Well, yeah, I don't have time. But the other thing is, I get nervous when I sing in public. I just get nervous. I can't overcome that nervousness to perform my best.
Did you know I was a voice soprano?
Yes.
I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in grammar school, we had chorus. Mm-hmm. We had Dr. Nilsson. I remember that. Dr. Nilsson would come and he would, once a week, it was like an hour. Mm-hmm. And so he came and he directed us in, and there was a state competition. Have I told you this? There was a state competition. And Dr. Nelson had me stay after class one day and he said, I want you to compete in the state competition.
Alone?
Alone.
I would have said no. No thanks.
And I said, sure.
See, this is how we're different. We're different.
Because I had one of those high voices and everything. And the song that Dr. Nelson had me sing was called If With All Your Heart.
Mm-hmm.
And this is almost like my singing at the wedding story, but the end is good. And it goes, If With All Your Heart. And then it's just, I guess it's got a religious thing, because if with all your hearts you truly seek him, you will surely find him, thus saith our Lord. But at the end it goes
really, really high.
Really, really high. It was like something over C. And I was like 12 years old. And when I'd done it perfectly. I mean, everybody said, oh, this is going to be great. And when I was up on the stage and the judges were down, and I'm singing my little heart out, and got to that note, and my voice cracked. My voice changed. It went from talking like this to talking like this.
Yeah.
And it went, if it,
Can I tell you something though? I sang in a church play when I was probably in elementary school, and the same thing happened to me.
Your voice
my voice didn't go like that, but I lost power. You know how sometimes when you're talking and for some reason your throat just has to swallow while you're talking or whatever. That happened to me while I was singing, and I never got over that. That scarred me forever. That's why I don't like singing in front of people, because that happened to me 15 years ago.
I remember, I think I got like a B. They scored you. I got like a B, and they wrote a mighty nice voice with a very nice, a nice young man with a very nice voice. It's like
good try.
not anything outstanding.
Yeah.
He's nice. He smiles when he sings.
Gosh.
But I mean, it just. I mean, and then from then on, my voice was getting into the lower registers, and I became a tenor.
You became a tenor, yeah. But we kind of.
Isn't it funny how those things stay with you?
Stay with you. If something happens to you when you're a child, it sticks with you forever. Things like that.
I was thinking about something the other day, and I thought, why is it out of all the years of memories that I have that would stick out to me?
Mm-hmm.
But there are certain things that are just lodged in there.
Locked in, yeah. I agree.
Yeah. We did talk about this, but I have lunch with Amber's landlord just about every day. And so today we had lunch, and he said, let me show you a picture of Ralph.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, who in the heck is Ralph? And he shows me this picture of, I thought it was a squirrel, but it was a possum.
A very large possum.
In a cage. And then he showed me his correspondence with Amber, where she's saying, change my mind, don't kill the possum.
Yeah, so this possum had been living in my driveway for several weeks. And so my landlord put out a cage to catch him. And
I didn't know there was a possum catching cage.
Me neither. And I was being silly. When I first saw the possum in my driveway, I took a picture of it and I sent it to my landlord, and he said, that's Ralph. And I said, well, Ralph needs to be killed.
Take it what she said.
I did say that.
Ralph needs to be killed.
But, disclaimer, I was joking. Anyway, so I wake up this morning, I go outside, and I look in the possum trap, and the possum is in there. He's just staring at me as still as can be. Jackie, it made me so sad. He looked so sad in there.
Yeah, you signed his death warrant.
I did. And he wasn't hissing, he was just staring at me with sad eyes. And I texted my landlord and I said, please go save that possum. Just go relocate him. I said, please.
Which he did. The possum is
lives
out in the woods.
In a better place.
And he's saying, curse you, Amber.
I wanted to live in your driveway.
I had a home.
He's better off in the woods than not in my driveway. So.
Oh, now he can go back though. Because you're moving.
I'm moving. Yeah, if he
You
wants to
can-
go back, he can. But
Yeah.
because I'm gone.
Go on. The next people may just love him.
Yeah. The older I get, the more of an empath I am for animals. You know, some people like to hunt for sport, and I get that. Some people really enjoy that, but I just could never do it because I can't take a life, an innocent life. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You know, we talked about this earlier,
Yeah.
so
When we were discussing Ralph.
we're a big
Where in the
empaths.
world did Robbie get the name of Ralph from?
I don't know. Who
Oh, that's
knows?
Ralph.
That's a question for him. I don't know.
We should have had the picture to show him in the cage.
Right here.
Head sticking up above
He
it.
was so sad.
Let me out of
Let me
here.
out, please. Anyway,
You think we've told enough for Tuesday?
I think so. We've been yapping a long time.
We did, didn't we?
15
All right. This has been Jackie K. Cooper with,
Amber Howell.
and this has been Tell All Tuesday.